Yeah.
So when I was with Yak, I begged for an audit because I stumbled upon financials that did not add up. And nobody would do it. No one would listen to me. And I kept saying the numbers don't make sense. Yak's numbers do not make sense. So our numbers for the brewery had to be tight because we have to report them for the alcohol, tobacco, whatever industry. So like we can't fudge our sales and our ending numbers. And that's what I kept trying to explain to people. Like we legally can't or we would be shut down. But they would take the brewery financials and they would leave those accurate on the side and then they would change them when they put them into Yak, if that makes sense. So they hired an outside person named Wally. He lives in Willow Creek, and he's some creepy old white dude that I guess apparently works for some tribes here and there. And they were paying him $180 fucking an hour on top of Tukwi, which was $150K a year. And they created QuickBooks, and they created it where all of the formulas would always come up with a loss. I don't know if that makes sense, and I'm not an accountant, so I don't know the exact language, but that's what I was told after we had Pascan to do an audit. So they bought this inventory system for the brewery, and I told them that's actually not a good inventory system. It's too much money for what it is. There's ones that are cheaper, but they insisted, and instead of letting the brewery set it up, they set it up, which is really odd. And our inventory was always off. And I kept complaining and complaining. Granted, nobody would listen and nobody thought anything of it. And when it came time to sell the brewery or find someone to buy it, I had to come clean with whoever was interested and tell the board, hey, all these financials are off. So they had to do a 2019 audit of Yak. And the auditor basically wrote back hey, your financials are actually wrong. You have them categorized in this way that doesn't make sense. And granted, I have documentation of this. It was everything that I had been telling them of basically you guys don't know what you're doing. Why are these this way? It doesn't make sense. So they finished the 2019 audit, and they did that not until 2024. Clearly, someone's hiding something. And remember, they didn't do an audit specifically of the brewery. They only did it of Yak. So when Pasquetta was going to purchase it, I had to tell them the truth about, these numbers are garbage. They're off. They're wrong. And the auditor for the tribe said, do you guys want to proceed with doing the rest of the audits? And they said, someone else is buying the business, so it might be a waste of your money. And they said, however, it's up to you. The tribe said, no, we do not want to do the audit. We're going to give that to Pasquetta. And they basically gave all the financials over of MRB, they have none. And Pasquetta was okay, that's fine, we'll do it. So when Pasquetta was going to purchase it, I had to tell them the truth about, these numbers are garbage, they're off, they're wrong. And the auditor for the tribe said, do you guys want to proceed with doing the rest of the audits? And they said, someone else is buying the business, so it might be a waste of your money. And they said, however, it's up to you. The tribe said, no, we do not want to do the audit. We're going to give that to Pasquetta. And they basically gave all the financials over. So in the meantime, we have a new inventory system. We just switched over the first of the year. And when we switched it over, ironically now, everything's on track. Nothing. But also, they don't have any financial records. And they said, yeah, we're going to do an audit, but they don't have any financials. So they're trying to spend $100,000 on the audit of nothing they have. And it's crazy that they want to do it on the brewery as opposed to Yak. And they said that they were going to leave out certain names like Tukwi and Wally, the ones who were funneling money. And when I was digging through things, I found that Yak were paying for golf trips for Javier and other people like that. And I'm I don't go on golf trips. Like, I don't do that for my job. Anyway, the funneling was through. So yesterday, apparently in a council meeting, they decided, council ordered an audit on MRB for I don't know what years, and they even asked for current, which is illegal. You can't audit a business you don't own. And also, MRB's numbers are tied to YACs. They had all of MRB flowing through YACs.